Hello, and welcome to the Lucy Liu Show, the fueling station for your mind, business, and life. And now, here's your host, Lucy Liu.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode on the Lucy Liu Show, episode 164, actually. I'm so grateful that you are here because me and my guests are here to empower you to grow in all areas of your life through different formulas for success so that you can have more peace, purpose, and prosperity and live the epic life that you deserve. If you are new here, feel free to go grab my free resource, 30 Seconds to Double Your Confidence at www.confidentandepic.com. And today we have an absolutely amazing guest. Her name is Victoria Radar. She is a possibility coach, a transformational speaker, founder of You to Shine, creator of the Empower Me and Master Me apps, and internationally best-selling author of so many books. We are here today to talk about the 6 secrets to mindset shifts because mindset is everything. And I mean everything. No matter what level you are in your life or business, mindset will play the biggest role in your success. So get ready to take some notes and let's welcome Victoria. Welcome to the show, Victoria.
Thank you so much, Lucy, for inviting me and for having me on.
Beautiful. We're going to talk about mindset. Such a fun topic because mindset is everything. We talk about mindset shifts. We talk about, changing your mindset is going to change your life, your business. Let's backtrack a little bit. What is mindset to you?
Great question. I've asked myself that question a while back where I was talking about changing mindset, growing mindset, possibilities mindset. And then I said, wait a minute, the word set annoys me. If it's set, it's not movable. And yet we want plasticity, we want neural growth. So what is a set that grows? And taking the tip from Bob Proctor, who talks about mental faculties, I have come to understand mindset as a set of 6 mental faculties: imagination, intuition, reason, perception, memory, and will.
Okay, you guys, if you feel the need, if you're in a safe place, I recommend you to pause this audio or video and take notes. Okay, Victoria, say that for us again.
Absolutely. Let's go for those of you who are left-brained and love alphabet, I can do it. We're going to go with imagination, intuition, memory, perception, reason, and will.
Okay, so let's start with the first one.
So, when you are looking to shift your mindset, your first step is to say, here are these 6 mental faculties. Which one should I zoom in that by changing one small thing about one faculty, I can increase my odds in my favor tremendously. So even as you get this information, pick only one factor and one shift. So the first one is imagination, and we've heard it so much. Dream big. Everybody, you go to a conference and you get fired up and you come home. And here is a fascinating observation. You cannot out-imagine your self-image. Your imagination is limited or expanded through your self-image. Your self-image is the factor of your awareness of your self-worth. The fastest way to expand your imagination is to heal, to understand, and to connect to the depth of your self-worth. It is to understand that you, as you are now, already are worthy of infinite energy of love that is there for you. So ask yourself a question. Do I really feel loved? And what do I do today to increase that ability as a one simple shift?
That's beautiful. Healing self-image and feeling that worth, it's so crucial to our well-being and where we can take our life and business. We want a limitless life. So we cannot let these images limit us. Now, the next one is intuition.
Yeah. So here's a cool thing. You hear people say, oh, he or she is so intuitive. I want to tell you that each and every one of us is incredibly intuitive. The question is, what are we into? Whatever you are deeply into, you develop ability to predict the outcome. You truly do. If you're into gossiping, you have feelers for a good gossip coming in. It's juicy. You're like, oh my gosh, I knew it, right? And so understand that if you have ever thought of someone's name and they called you, and we all had it, that is your ability to be into the frequency of someone or something. So our mindset is expanded by training it to be into whatever we want to expand. If you want to become more intuitive about money, study about money, listen about money, and start feeling how you feel inside of you when you receive certain information. Does it feel prickly? Does it feel anxious? Oh, I gotta do it. That's not intuition. That's instinct of survival. If it feels peaceful and warm, and you're called to take an action, you are now intuitively guided to the valuable piece of information. So number one, choose what you want to be into. Number two, learn to recognize a peaceful pattern to follow.
I think with that, belief is really important. I have this profound belief, deep belief that's carved in my bones. It's in every fiber of my being that I am intuitively guided. And I think that belief has to be really strong. It has to be rooted in everything that you do. And that belief is unshakable. And when you have that belief that you have the power to be intuitively guided, that's when you begin to trust your intuition.
Oh, I think so. I think faith leads to trust. But good news, even as you ignore intuition and stumble and make mistakes, you're still developing it, right? So it's okay. It's okay to lag behind in faith. I could write a book, the 7,000 times I ignored my intuition and hundreds of thousands of dollars it cost me. And yet it developed it, So.
I love that. And you're exactly where you need to be because you learned those lessons, or else you're not going anywhere. All right, let's move on to the next one.
So let's look at memory. Memory is a fascinating pattern. And this is a touching topic. We cannot imagine things if we're traumatized. If you are blocking parts of your memory because you do not want to remember some childhood trauma, right? Or any pattern of abuse, you're choosing to not remember. Unfortunately, our subconscious mind is very literal. And it starts saying, oh, you want to forget. And it doesn't discriminate. And then you start forgetting. And as you forget, you lose connections. And as you lose connections, your mindset struggles. So we increase our mindset by ability to make connections. Ideas and profitability, ideas are God's currency, I say, right? So ideas lead to profitability only if they're connected to daily reality. And the faculty of memory is what's responsible for intact connections. So if you find yourself forgetful, if you find yourself struggling to make new memories, it is time to heal some old ones. It is time to seek professional help to make it safe for you to remember. After all, the word remind is bringing back to your mind to expand your power, right? So what are the reminders that you want to have in your life? So where affirmations come in. What you remind yourself of, you make a part of your mind. So right here, right now, today, what do you want to affirm into your life? Jot it down, put it on that mirror in your bathroom. Let that to be a reminder for you, a memory that will be created into your neural pathways to expand your mindset.
Beautifully said. And I think with that said, it's really important to seek help. If you feel that you have past memories from dramas, from childhood memories that are hunting you, that's blocking you from that possibility, that endless possibility ahead, seek help. And that's where NLP, neuro-linguistic programming comes in. That's where EFT, all these modalities, there are tons of modalities out there that are readily available to help you, but you need to have the courage to seek help and say, I need help in this area. And it's so brave of you to come up and say that you need help in the way so that you are absolutely able to change those programming that are deeply blocking you from fulfillment and the life you deserve to live.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember how great you are, not how broken you are. That's a choice of perception, which is the next one, so we can choose what to remember and how to remember. Perception is a very powerful, faculty because, Henry Ford, going back to belief of which you said, Lucy, how important belief is and faith is. Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or you believe you cannot, you're right either way, right? And that's where it all brings it together. So the perception, but it goes much wider. The perception is your ability to create the world based on the opportunities that you see. The opportunities are always present. It is only your level of perception that opens you to a new level of opportunities. So the abundance of opportunities is the game of expanding perception. One of the things that I recommend doing is a very quick visualization to take yourself through is that if you see unsurmountable problem, or I'll say whatever or whoever you cannot stand currently is what stands in your way of expanding mindset. So I want you to think of that person or that thing, and I want you to imagine that you're changing your perception by being lifted up above them. Our brain is amazing how it does it. And all of a sudden, as you increase the distance between you and them, they become smaller. So whenever you deal with a problem, increase the distance between you and the problem. Either go for a walk or think of possible solutions and ask for the best question to expand the perception that will shrink the problem and will make the solution bigger. We can talk about perception honestly for 9 hours, but we don't have it, so we'll wrap it up there.
I love it. I love it. Perception. I think we really experienced the difference perception has through the pandemic. I think through the pandemic, we see that the perception you have about the pandemic, about what's going to happen in the recession is going to determine your results from that, right? So many people were really hit from the pandemic and recession. But with that comes with opportunities. People who lost their jobs started businesses and thrived. Really, they took maybe a hobby where they otherwise would not have taken to a full-blown thriving business had they not had the push from losing their job or, getting furloughed. Anything is possible. Again, we're talking about limitless possibilities, right? And that's where perception comes in. Where can you go? And your perception is going to make the difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, moving on. Yes, we're going from perception to reason. And reason has to be balanced with your intuition, right? Usually these two are at odds with each other. Sometimes we have an intuitive feeling and we reason against it. And so this is where we use one faculty against the other. And by the way, all of the 6 faculties will be either used against themselves and create chaos in your mind. If you have patterns of chaotic thoughts, it's because your mental faculties are not harmonized, by the way. So the biggest example would be intuition and reason, where you have an intuitive feeling and your reason gives you 10 reasons not to listen to it. So how do you use the reason? You reason in favor of your intuition. There are only 2 choices that you can make in this life, using perception and reason combined. Either allow things to happen because of something. I didn't get to do it because I wanted, but because, or you can be the cause. So reason gives you a reason to be the cause. So you look at your life and you say, this is where I am. This is where I'm going. And I'm going to write down a list of 10 reasons why I'm equipped to make the journey. So don't reason as why till you can't. That reason's got to go to sleep. What is the reason that you today can make from A to Z? 10. Come up with them, jot them down. Whew, your mindset's expanded.
I cannot resonate more with what you just said because I am totally a person who reasons on and on in favor of my intuition. Like the moment I want something, I want to do something, I'm going to see signs everywhere. Okay, this is the sign that this is it for me. Okay, I'm going to see everything as signs in favor of my intuition and journal down why it's good for you, why you need to do it, why you don't have to wait, right? We always have reasons not to. So I love that positive spin on the intuition side. All right, last one, but not least.
Last one is will. And you know what you've described so beautifully, Lucy, is the will. That bringing all of those faculties and then putting them into action. You breathe life into creativity. That is done through will, where you align them all and now you act. You're willing it into reality. We actually ask ourselves, will I do this? Well, the will is not will force, it's willpower. And I love how you say, once I move, I see the signs. And I loved what you said earlier. You have to have faith. Well, guess what? Signs follow faith. If you're looking for signs to start moving, you are a because of something. But if you have faith and you will yourself to move by aligning yourself with the divine will working through you, however you identify with that concept, with a greater will that moves you because you are a part of a great oneness and you're a part of the humanity that needs to benefit from your unique talents. When you align yourself with a greater will for good, your willpower then moves you forward versus will force that drags you. So we want to realign with willpower by releasing the force and focusing on our efforts detached from results. So you focus on what you think is getting to you to where you think you're going, but then you allow for a miracle of a much greater outcome. You will for a greater miracle always. And then you're no longer addicted to the result. Results do not define you. They simply refine you as a powerful being that is willing themselves into existence.
Beautifully said. And two things I picked up from that is detachment from the results. I think over the years, that really made a difference in everything that I do. Because if you're just looking at the results and getting too attached, you forget to enjoy the journey. And then the good news again is willpower is a skill that we can learn and continuously improve on. So good news, good learning. Thank you so much for all your wisdom, Victoria. Is there a favorite quote that you go by in life?
You know, we've had this little chat before and cheesy. I'm going to quote myself. Why? Because that's what I tell myself. And while I have gazillion of power quotes, this one is the one I use with every client. Notice what you notice, because what you notice and how you notice is what you create in your life. That one quote brings together all of the mindset, faculties, and keeps you on track.
I love it. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Where can we find you at?
Come on over to moneyquiz.me or just my website, you2shine.com, you2shine.com.
Thank you. And I'll make sure to have those listed in the show notes. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me, Lucy.
To all the beautiful souls listening, thank you for joining me on this episode of The Lucy Liu Show. When I'm not podcasting, I am coaching high-achieving women in life transitions, getting unstuck, kissing overwhelm goodbye, and living a more joyful and fulfilled life through strategic goal setting and mindset transformation. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe, rate, or share this with a friend. And don't forget to join me for the next episode. Remember, there is always a way and more blessings are coming your way. For free resources and show notes, head over to lucylucoaching.com.